Hi, it's CarExamer. I want to give you today a few tips through the buying process. What you do. First of all, the few mistakes what I found what the buyers are making is find as many cars as possible. Yeah, at least one of the videos already kind of went through this step, but I will repeat myself. Find at least 5 or 6 cars. Find the ones you really love, really like. Phone to their sellers, vendors, right? And ask as many questions as possible. Why they're selling those cars, about the service histories, whether the timing belt has been replaced, if they're 5-year-old, 10-year-old, yeah. If this timing belt is due for a replacement, if this has been done. It is important. Is your dent in a wallet if nothing has been done, if they can't provide any service history, if they don't have it, you know, when the last service has been done. Does it have both keys? Yeah. Again, that's already money down, right? Make sure you do your homework. It's hard game. It's nothing is easy. If you think you're just gonna find a car going down the street, then you are kind of really wrong. It's a hard game, unless you just go to order the car from the dealership brand new and that's it, and drive, or second-hand car from the dealership. If it's really low mileage, yes, you can just more likely do that, you know. But if you're buying something 5-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, you know, and if anything older than that, you just can't do that. So you need to find out from who you're buying, many questions, and if they're getting agitated, you know, because what you're asking, you know, then I'm not considering for you to move on, you know. And even if when you saying, sometimes the way you're saying it's important as well, so always be nice. And when somebody says no, they don't want you to send somebody to inspect the vehicle, that means they're hiding something. Go to another vehicle. It's always as well with the private sellers, is the way first go first serve basis. That's why it is important to find something what you like, and a lot of those cars, because you will find out sometimes the car could be gone, you know. And just prepare yourself. Don't concentrate just on, like I said, on one vehicle. And another good tip is what you do. You log on or go on a DVLA website and do MOT check, where the registration check, that is obviously for free, anyone can do it. You put your registration number in the vehicle you're searching, and it will give you MOT history, and then you look on MOT history what's been done. Yeah, there's also some apps you can use, like Car History they will give you if the car is has road tax, MOT. On the MOT you can check on the DVLA, but DVLA will not, I believe it will not show if it has road tax, yeah, the mileage and so on. So you can just check and see and make sure it has, the mileages are right. Yeah, it's not many people doing mileage adjustments in this country, but it happens. So, but it's just good to check so you know what you're getting, you know. If the colors are matching, things like that, at least you know. You can do that yourself, basic checks. that is important. We do that as well, you know, so you can do that as well, instead of just looking on advertisement, you know, because an MOT checks, you can go, if the car is 5-year-old or 7-year-old, it doesn't matter how old is the car, you can see, obviously the first 3 years you don't need an MOT, right? But the older car gets, you can see every advisory, anything what's been kind of reported or advised, or anything what they failed for, you can see it, you know, and you can see how well the car has been looked after by that, because most of the people simply go to MOTs that they don't repair, maintain the vehicle, and then obviously those things are highlighted, kind of really mostly silly things are highlighted in MOT, and then the MOT fails because of those little things, and you can see who looks after the vehicle, who's not, you know, and therefore you can build a picture, you know, and it will help you on a search of the vehicle, and when, if you deciding to book a used car inspector to check the vehicle, you know, we do the same. He builds a little portfolio about that specific vehicle, you know, and it helps us identify. Another major issue is when you talk on the phone, see how the seller, the vendor reacts, right? And then obviously when you do go out and check the car yourself, you know, look at the person, how is he acting, you know, how clean is the vehicle. Sometimes if you're buying from traders, they could be just fully walleted, right? But you can see that straight away when the car's been fully walleted before selling, right? But sometimes when you're buying privately, the cars, they're not, and then you can see everything is dirty and things like that. So it gives you, you know, it builds you again a little portfolio, a little picture about the seller, you know. The more dirtier, the more messier the car is, the more likelihood will be they're not paying too much attention to the vehicle, you know. And yeah, what I wanna talk about, kind of switched off about when you look in the vehicle, yeah, to make sure when you're on the scene is you have the logbook, the service histories, the manuals, the more information before you look at the vehicle, if you look at it yourself. So you ask them all this, the locking nut, the radio codes, you need that, you know. Again, it builds a valuable information about the car, you know, the owner's manual and things like that, you know, looking in the boot, spare wheels, jacks, it's simple things, but if you don't have a spare wheel, the little spare service sometimes costs £150, and the jacks, the kit for the changing the wheel, you know, and sometimes you could be disappointed by not checking that, and removing locking nuts off the vehicle, again, sometimes are not that simple, and it costs money, and little things building up, adding up, making you frustrated, your life difficult, unnecessarily difficult, because you want to buy the car, enjoy the car, and not having all those difficulties here. But obviously it's a process, and nothing comes easy, you know. Buying a car, used car, looking for used car, it's a process, stressful process. It takes time. Never rush the situation, never rush the decision, because you will be buying on emotions. You don't want to decide on emotions, you want to base your decision on that fact, right? But if you know what you're buying, it's great, you know. But if you had this doubt just book a used car inspector to inspect the car, you know, because sometimes, because if you buy, I can't speak for other used car inspection companies, but what I can speak for CarExamer and the way the process and how we selecting inspectors is our priority. We work for you and only for you, and the money what you're paying for inspections is, you don't think what you spent, even if you don't buy the vehicle, is the money you're spending, right? We are saving you money. So that little investment, the money what you're spending on, is your saving on the vehicle. Even if you haven't bought the vehicle, we saved you, like, we're saving customers money. Yeah? We saved you, we saved already people like £1,000, £1,500 pounds, right, on those repairs. So that means if you would have bought the vehicle, would it be, what would be more beneficial, or what would be an added value to you, or what would be better for your wallet, spending £1,000 or £1,500, or spending £89 on a standard inspection, or £119.99 on a premium inspection. Or if you are a little wizard on the vehicles, yeah, but just need a little tick, a little help, the little push, yeah, to say go ahead, that's only £59.99, right? And you can go ahead. So what is cheaper to go for? Buying something you don't know, or getting an inspection done and saving money, right? And if everything confirms the right ways, you know, and we pick up something anyway, like a tires or something more like a warning light or something, I mean, I'm not talking about now in a depth and more serious things, right? But let's just keep it simple, not going too complicated into the problems of the vehicle, because it could be a lot, yeah, but just keep it to the basic maintenance things, just what everyone knows, like what everyone understands. The tires, the lights are on, something's not working, the radio doesn't work, or cigarette lighter doesn't work. Yeah, just keep it simple. Yeah, even something that you found it, to get it fixed, regardless what you're gonna go into the garage, they will charge you an hourly labor. So it's whether you paid £59.99 to the inspector, who identifies a couple of things, and you can negotiate something on a price and knock something off the price, you know, and you got the picture. It saves you money, you know. So you win. Seller wins it, because he would roughly know what's wrong with the vehicle anyway. It's whether he's happy or unhappy, or he gets the point, or he gets he understands what it is. It doesn't matter, but faces the reality at least, and it provides the value at least, and inspector is happy because they can pay the bills, you know, and everyone wins. So our goal is to help you to find a great car. This is why the CarExamer is born, because we want to help people and add value to their lives, you know, and make the life easier. And there's not many companies who do that. So that's why we are here for, to help you make a sensible, the right decision, and not based on emotions, but on a fact, on a mirror reflection of the vehicle, what we can find wrong at that particular time when inspector checks the vehicle. And remember, let's recap. When you're buying a car, get as many cars you love, you like in a funnel. Phone every one of those sellers, find all the information as possible. Service history, does it have 2 keys, the basic things, owner's manuals, the locking nuts if they have it. If you're gonna go check it, can they provide it? Will the owner will be there with the car? If you buy it yourself, make sure you got an ID and the logbook is there. You know, you fill in the forms properly, and you keep the from the logbook that slip to make sure he sends the information away, and you will get your new logbook. Check the information, MOT histories on a DVLA site. There's many little apps available you can download from iPhone where you can check further checks, like for free, if the vehicle has road tax, for instance. Sometimes you find you can't drive a vehicle because it doesn't have a road tax. Yeah, these would be kind of main things. Yes, but when you're signing over the car, make sure it has ID, you know. And the best thing as well, sign some sort of little selling contract. You know, you exchanged the vehicle, you exchanged the money, so it's on a paper. It don't have to be too complicated, but you have some sort of sale document is being sold to you, right? It is important. It doesn't matter how silly it might be or will look, but at least you have a document. You bought it as a record, right? So you can prove it if something happens. Yeah, so those would be more important things. And if you have this doubt, guess, then use carexamer.com. I might not added everything into it. I will do different videos and going through the buying process again, and I will do some videos about helping you guys what you should be checking, how to check the basic things, which sort of will make sense to everyone, what to kind of look for. At least there'll be some sort of guidelines. At least you know where to look. But again, it's just if you haven't been in an environment, it's hard to train your eye on certain things. And as you know, if you do something new, you know, if you would ask me, I don't know, to start helping doctors to doing something, I would not know as well. We have to repeat yourself many times to sort of understand. It's the same thing if you, with the ladies or somebody who never touched the vehicle, you know, will be looking for those things. It will be hard the first time, but once you will caught irons, you will understand what to look for. You will start getting it. You will start looking on the streets. Yeah, when you're going to go past the vehicle, you'll start looking on those little things, and you'll start understand the little tricks, you know, and train your eye. So yeah, no one born as some sort of professional, right? And even a handyman, you know, he just gets the little things and tries to replace the bulb, tries to remove the electrical socket, you know. Now you can just watch things on the YouTube, you know, and repeat it, and keep repeating it until you get it, you know. Same thing with this thing. Obviously, I'm not talking about too technical stuff, because you have to understand the definitions, how it works, and so on and so on. But I mean, anyone can check the basic things, right? Oil levels, tires, the disc and pads, they can check, you know, the exhaust, the gaps, the door gaps, the panels, the paintwork, you know. to drive the car, hear for the noises, and check the engine bay if everything looks clean, tidy. Check the battery terminals if they're not loose, things like that. The levels, the coolant levels, the brake fluid levels, these are easy maintenance items. Changing the bulbs, everyone should know how to change bulbs, because it's like it's an owner's manual how to change the bulb.